welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first proper video, which is kind of nerve-wracking but also really exciting. I wanted to do a quick video just to explain why I wanted to do a YouTube channel, because it was a pretty sudden announcement that I was going to do this, but I've actually been thinking about it for a very long time. And so yeah, I just want to explain why exactly I'm doing this. And so yeah, let me explain. So for those that don't know me, my name is Melissa. I'm 23 and singing is everything to me. I love to sing. It's what I've been doing since I was 10 years old, and from the moment I did my very first performance, which was during a talent show in primary school, since that moment I have just fell in love with singing and entertaining people and making people smile, and I've never looked back. So this is kind of going to be the main focus of my YouTube channel, but I do want to post other things as well. So let me start from the very beginning, and bear with me because I've never really done talking videos before. I do a lot of singing videos, and in all honesty I find singing an awful lot easier than talking. So let me start from the beginning. So like I say, I fell in love with singing when I was 10 years old, and I've been singing ever since. I've done productions and just so many stage shows, and I've had so much experience in singing throughout my teens. And now, unfortunately, and for about the past 3 years, I haven't really had that much chance to sing. I've had the odd opportunity, but really not as much as I'd like, because I just love to sing, and it's been really hard because I just love the excitement of knowing that you're going to be doing something, and I've just really not had that opportunity. So when I was growing up as a teenager, my dream was to be a fun star at Haven holiday parks. If you don't know what a fun star is, basically they are people who entertain, and they run kids clubs, they dance, they sing, they do everything that you can think of entertainment wise, and they spend pretty much all their time on stage entertaining people. And growing up, this was something that I really wanted to do, and I spent so much time preparing for it, literally from when I was 10 years old. And the second show that I ever did was a Haven Holidays talent show, and from that moment I knew that that was where I was meant to be. So I've just completely lost my train of thought then. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and keep up. So yeah, that was my dream, and me and my family, we used to go to the same Haven park every year, and I met two amazing entertainment managers who were, I can't express enough how much I owe everything to them, because they gave me the opportunity to be a fun star in what's known as a junior fun star. And I was doing this for, I think it was quite a few years. Every time I went, they let me go on stage, they let me do party dances, they let me do the go live shows, they let me go backstage and go in the DJ box, go on the dance floor, and have all of that kind of experience. And it was like being a fun star, except I go back to my family at the end of it. So I kind of had the best of both worlds, and it was utterly fantastic. And so I spent my teens preparing for it, and when I was 19, I finally got the job, and I was so unbelievably excited about this, and my dream had come true, and I was actually going to be a singer, and I couldn't believe that this was happening to me. And so I went, and this is where I have to train off a little bit. But when I was 7, I was diagnosed with borderline Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism. And looking at me and listening to me, you probably wouldn't think that I had it. I forget myself that I have it sometimes. But unfortunately I do. It only really affects me when it comes to communication. And sometimes it's like I know what I want to say, but my brain won't work. So I, as Melissa, want to talk, but my brain doesn't. It just freezes. So I really have to push myself to communicate. And it's very, very difficult. But over the years, it's got so much better. And like I say, sometimes it doesn't really feel like I have it. So it's a bit of an issue, but it's not major. It is as it is, really. Then, when I was 11 years old, I was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, and it wasn't the hand washing form or the, having to wash the pots twice or anything like that. What is kind of, when people think of OCD, they think of instantly like having to do the pots millions of times, and yeah, that can happen in some cases. Thankfully not for me. Well, I say thankfully. I got the form of intrusive thoughts, so thoughts that I really don't want to have, I have no control over, but I've been having therapy since I was like 11 years old, to give me the tools that I need for that. But it's been a very tough ride and affects my life hugely. It comes and goes, so at the moment it's okay, but it can get really, really bad to the point where I then start to get very anxious, and then I get very depressed and kind of hit rock bottom, but then I'll climb back up again, and the cycle goes on, really. So I have OCD, which sucks. So these problems do affect me, and during my teens, since I was about 17, I started getting really bad pains in my legs, and I was suffering with severe headaches and eye trouble, so I was getting like really bad visual issues. And I went to the hospital and the GP about this so many times. They did every test under the sun, and the only thing to come out of it was that I have permanent migraine aura, and I had no idea that that was even a thing. So I have the visual issues, so I have migraine aura, but not necessarily with headaches. So I suffer them separately, but I do sometimes suffer them together. It's very confusing, but basically I suffer with just seeing stuff I shouldn't be seeing all the time. Swirls, halos, my vision gets blurry, zigzags. It's awful, and it's been very difficult, but I've kind of learned to live with it now. Sometimes I forget that it's there. It's not major, it doesn't affect my eyes, like I can drive and I can do usual stuff, but my eyes just play up sometimes, and it comes and goes. So basically, yeah, I was being tested for this stuff, and then I started getting really bad pains in my upper arms, to the point where I wouldn't be able to get dressed by myself, or brush my hair, or tie my hair up, things like that. My mum would have to help me, and I knew that something wasn't right when it got that difficult. And some days I couldn't walk, some days I was so exhausted that getting out of bed I just wasn't feeling refreshed, and I was just I would feel like I'd not slept at all, and it was really, really difficult. And I knew something wasn't right, and I was in and out of hospital clinics for a very long time. But getting this job as a fun star, it kind of made me think that all of that was just going to go away. And to tell you the truth, it didn't. I was kidding myself an awful lot. I was very in denial about all of this stuff, and I thought I could handle it. So I went and I lived my dream, and I can say it was the most amazing experience of my life, but it was also one of the worst, because I had to come home after just 1 week, and it's very hard to talk about, but I gave myself up for it. And basically, yeah, all of my problems combined, I couldn't handle it. And obviously I didn't have any family there, nobody really knew me, and so I had to deal with it by myself, which is very difficult sometimes. And all the dancing, all the walking, all of the activity was just too much, and it led to people believing that I wasn't putting the effort in, and that I wasn't trying, or that I wasn't motivated enough. And it broke my heart, because I was so happy to be there, but I was struggling. But I couldn't tell people that I was struggling, because I have Asperger's, and when I need help, sometimes the hardest thing to do is ask for help. So it really sucked. And then things happened that I don't think is fair to talk about on camera. My close family kind of know what happened, but it's not something that I feel is appropriate to discuss on camera. But I was very badly let down, I feel, and I wasn't treated fairly. And all of this stuff together led to me having to come home, which meant that I couldn't be a singer at Haven anymore. But what it did mean was that I was put on a waiting list to be just a generic fun star. But so while I was back home, I got a temporary job and continued going to clinics and going to the doctors about all of this stuff. And that was when I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And if you don't know what that is, fibromyalgia is a chronic pain condition. It's a condition that you have absolutely no control over. It's unpredictable, and it just has altered my entire life. And it broke my dreams, because in that moment I knew I was never going to be able to be a fun star, which sounds really sad, but it's true. My dreams were shattered in that moment, and to be honest with you, I haven't been right since. I haven't quite been the same. So yeah, chronic fatigue is one of the things with fibromyalgia, and things like headaches, migraines, pain flare-ups everywhere. It's not a physical condition, and I hope I explain this okay, and if I don't, please somebody feel free to correct me, but it's actually kind of a neurological condition. So the pain signals that are being sent from your body are all kind of messed up, and your brain doesn't kind of receive them properly, and it makes you in pain. So I myself am not in pain, it's just the signals are all wrong and make out that I'm in pain, which is so hard, because things like paracetamol, ibuprofen, they don't work. Most painkillers don't work. I've tried every medication the doctor is willing to give me, and I am on such high doses of stuff, but nothing really works, and it's so frustrating. So some days I struggle to get out of bed, and unfortunately I can no longer work at all, because this condition is so unpredictable. I've had endless disciplinaries for not turning up to work because of my fibromyalgia and stuff, and I was letting employers down left, right and centre, and it just wasn't fair, and it was stressing me, and my mental health took such a battering, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And I tried, and it took me over a year to decide what exactly I should do about the situation, and I tried everything. I tried everything possible, and I can't stress that enough. I tried everything. I don't want anybody to think that I just gave up. You know, my family especially. I don't want them to think that I just didn't try, because I did. And I couldn't do it anymore. I had to decide, for the first time in my life, I had to decide to put my mental health first, because it was that was being affected the most. and so I've not been working for about a year now. So the reason that I'm doing this YouTube channel is because my dreams were kind of shattered, and it's taken a very, very long time to get over. It's felt like a grieving process in a way. I lost what I worked so many years for, and that's why I can't thank those two guys enough. They know who they are if they ever watch this. I can't thank them enough for allowing me the opportunity to do the Junior Fun Star stuff, because I didn't know at that moment that that would be all that I got. But I can honestly say that if that's all that I had, then that's all that I need, because it was the most amazing experience, the most amazing opportunity. I made the most amazing friends from it, and if that's all that was, then that's okay. But thank you, because if I didn't have that, I would never have known what it was like to be a fun star and to experience all of that. So I'm so truly grateful. So I'm doing this YouTube channel because I love to perform to people, and I love to entertain people. I love people to feel something with my music. I love that people love to hear me sing, and you know, I hope that doesn't sound diva-ish or anything, but I've had so much love and so much support over my singing that it just means so much to me for people to hear me sing, and it's what I love to do more than anything. So with this YouTube channel, I really, really want to just post my songs out there just for anybody to hear and to listen to give me feedback on, and I want to be able to put myself out there. I actually wanted to do this last year, but when lockdown hit, my mental health was the worst it ever has been, and I can imagine that it was like that for a lot of people. It's been such a difficult time. But I actually had COVID a couple of weeks before Christmas, and I had it really bad, and it was just awful. And for that time that I was really unwell, it gave me my motivation back. It gave me my want to do things back. So everything that I'd kind of not done before because I wasn't motivated, I feel motivated to do now. So this YouTube channel is something that I really, really want to do, and I'm so excited to do. And yeah, I just really would like to give myself something to focus on, and if I can help other people along the way, then that would just be amazing. So I'd really like to post some videos of my fibromyalgia journey and my mental health journey, and I would like to do that by kind of doing short videos each day to kind of put together into one video, to kind of show you what life is like with fibromyalgia and what life is like with mental health. That is something that I'd like to do, but that might be a bit further down the line, just depending on how my channel goes. So my intention is to post up some videos of me singing first. My first singing video will be in a couple of weeks, because I'm waiting for some equipment that is going to make my videos so much better, which I'm super excited for. And I've kind of been learning everything that I need to know about, you know, video editors and things like that. So everything's kind of sorted now. I'm just waiting for some equipment. So as soon as I get those, I shall be uploading my first video, which I'm so excited about. So I really hope that you will come along with me on this journey, and I just want to be a support system for those who are struggling with the same conditions, and if I can help at least one person, then my journey's been worth it, absolutely. And I just want to be there for people. YouTube is a great place to come for support on just anything, literally anything in life. If you YouTube it, there is somebody there, and I think it's amazing, and so I'd really like to do the same. And yeah, I want to be that support system, and I also want to post vlogs on what I get up to on a daily basis, just like like fun things. Like me and my boyfriend Jack, we go on the most amazing adventures and the most amazing day trips and stuff, and they're always so much fun. And so I'd love to share that with you as well, just to kind of just give you an idea of what life is like. And my kind of subheading for my YouTube channel is Singing on the Journey. So singing is my way of finding peace and finding happiness on this journey, which is very hard, but you can find beauty amongst the madness. And it's hard, it's really hard, but on those days when you are motivated, trying to find that is something that is really worth doing. So I really hope that you will subscribe to my YouTube channel and that you'll give me a thumbs up on my videos if you've enjoyed them. Please feel free to give me feedback. I'm so open to feedback because, to be honest with you, I'm learning on the way because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. But I am excited to learn, and I've learned so much already through research that it's been amazing. I feel a bit clever, which is something that I don't always feel. And something that you'll learn about me. I'm incredibly ditzy, and you know what? I love it. I love life as it is. It's amazing. So yeah, and please share with your family, friends, to help build up my channel, and to help others that I don't know see that my channel is worth watching. My videos will be of much better quality once I get my equipment. I'm just waiting on that. I'm just using my phone for now. So I really hope that you enjoy my content, and I will see you very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now. I've just heard my cat screaming in the garden. I think I better go and see what's going on. I don't know if you heard that on the last video. I heard them screaming in the garden because they're always fighting. There's so many cats around here. They're always fighting. I'm gonna go and see what's going on.